Welcome to Malcom Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcom and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back. How to Barbecue Right Podcast. I'm your host, Malcom Reed. Got my lovely wife, Shell, here today. Miss Southern Shell. Got Tyler over on the boards. Week before Memphis in May.
Yep.
Are y'all ready?
I guess. I got summer fever real bad.
Really?
School's about to be over.
Hey, that's what I'm counting down. I'm counting down these 5:30 a.m. alarms. I hate it. That's the one thing. It's like in summer, at least I can sleep. If I can get to 6:15, I'm a different person. 5:30 sucks.
It does.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
My son still goes to school at like 9 o'clock. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we have to be leaving the house. What, 6:35?
6:40 is our window.
Yeah. Have him there at 7:05. With you never know what traffic's going to be going through town. So that's the most I'm looking forward to summer right there. Is that bad?
No, I just keep
He's
having.
got like 2 more years and he can drive. I'm counting that down. Like he's got to get him old hoopty and turn him loose.
I just keep hearing that song stuck in my head. I don't want to work. I just bought a bank on the drum all day. That's what it's just been going on in my head. I'm thinking about every time I got to do something.
Well, are you excited?
Yes,
Memphis in
I'm
May?
getting myself pumped up.
Got your list out? Got everything loaded in a trailer? Are we sitting on go as far as
So
load
many
in?
lists. Yeah, I think so. Trailer's loaded.
So we get to drop.
Mark's getting nervous.
Hopefully, so we signed up for early load in. Like when you go to the Cooks meeting back, I guess it was 1st of April, something like that. They have a little booth set up to where if you need early load in, you can go ahead and sign up for it. And we always do because it just makes it easier. Because the normal load in for Memphis in May will be Saturday morning. And this year they're doing it totally different. Well, not totally different, but you've got an assigned time. That's the only, so it's supposed to.
That's how it used to be, but they were real lenient with it.
Well, you didn't have an assigned time. You had like your group had a window. Now it's like they're only letting like 6 people at this time in.
Oh, okay.
And so that's when you get there and it's supposed to clear the alleyways because they're not wanting people to park in there at all. It's supposed to be like,
this is going to be
drop your stuff and get your vehicle out. So it's going to be interesting to see how all that works.
Yeah, we always try to go for the early drop. Well, we don't want to have to be down there on a Saturday. We'd rather do it on a
day before Mother's Day. I mean, you want to get in and get out as fast as possible. You can't set stuff up until the tent rental and the floor rental people and the scaffolding people and all that get their stuff done. So all you can really do is drop. Now, if you're one of those teams that bring your own floor and you put work in and erecting stuff, you're going to be really busy all weekend.
Oh, on Sunday, there'll be people building huge booths.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous. I mean, somebody did a model of Graceland one time.
oh my gosh.
There's been all kinds of, there's a category for best booth, which we don't never try to do that.
Oh, we couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no
Can't
competing.
compete with these guys.
Yeah. Like they did bring in fountains and
there's
plants and
some teams only want to win that. Like,
yeah.
I was like, well, eat your own. I'd rather cook.
I mean, the stuff that they do is incredibly impressive.
What's the coolest one you've ever seen?
The Graceland one was pretty good.
Yeah. There's an architect firm that sponsors a team or has a team. They always do incredible stuff.
Yeah. So most of the time they get scaffolding and make like a 2 or even sometimes 3-story structure, which is ridiculous. It's crazy to think this is all for one weekend at a barbecue. But then they basically build a facade onto that scaffolding. It's usually a wood frame structure, and they paint it and cut it and hot glue stuff to it.
Just for a week out there in the park. Yeah.
I saw like a pyramid last year, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
I've seen a volcano before.
Yeah.
It's like there's been all kinds of weird stuff.
There's usually one team that has like this big hog head with and it has smoke coming out the nose.
Yeah.
That one's always really cool.
Just to dismantle it in the same weekend. Like,
well, it'll say they're a week. It usually takes them longer than, like, it's probably ready by Wednesday, and then it's going to stay till Saturday and take it all down.
Setting stuff up is one thing. Breaking it down on Sunday.
Yeah, you get a week to set it up, and then you get 1 day to take
Yeah.
it down and get it out.
There was one year we had a pretty big booth, and every day I'd want to haul different stuff down there, decorations and ferns and all kinds of stuff. And then come Sunday, it took us forever to get everything out. I was like, I will never do this again,
Yeah.
ever.
Make curtains and hang them and signs and set it up like it's a room. It's
Yeah.
no, that is overkill.
It looked good though.
Oh, it looks awesome. It really does look good while you're down there partying and getting it all tore up and nasty, and the weather's beating on it. It's getting sandblasted.
We used to bring trophies down there and set up a big table with a bunch of trophies.
It'll ruin trophies
It
too.
will.
You let them stay overnight a couple of times and go through some of that river dew, where all the dew gets on everything
Yeah.
in the morning, and then it gets hot and the sun bakes it. And
And then it's dusty in the afternoons.
cheap bowling trophies cannot they cannot withstand that.
We've
It even
had-
messed up some of our good ones, like
I
some of
know.
our violins and stuff that we got for the fiddles from Galax, and the weather's just not good for those, so we quit taking stuff like that down there.
You had a cool like cannon too.
Yeah, that
It was
came
like a
from
real cool
Brandon, Mississippi.
Yeah. And it got wrecked.
That's the board on it. Hey, yeah. So we quit. I mean, and we would haul. It would be a trailer load of stuff just to set it out there for display. I guess we saw other people doing it, so we thought we had to do it.
Y'all thought that it would impress the judges.
Yeah. Anything for 1/10 of a point.
So are you ready?
Yeah, I guess I'm ready. Ready as I'll ever be. It's here.
I got it easy, so like I'm psyched. I just show up, and I
feel like
have
we have
helped
it
a lot
hard.
more. Like I've been helping load the trailers and stuff like that a little bit more than I have in the past and stuff. I'm trying to be a little more hands on, but I feel like I have it, pretty easy. Don't have a lot of lists or anything like that yet until it starts.
So
I
we
feel like your job is pretty hard.
I don't know. I love it though. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's
social
nice that I don't
social
have
media for Memphis and May.
To, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's nice that I don't have to be worrying about that all the time.
that's what everybody says. Like while I'm there, they'll always be like, "Man, you have the best job ever. Like it's so great. All you got to do is like lift your phone up and record Malcolm doing something." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I have the best job in the world." I tell everybody.
We talked about yesterday when we were filming some videos at the house. We're supposed to do a podcast next week,
Yeah.
but we think we're going to attempt something that we've never done, and it's kind of a Tyler, what do you want to call it? A mobile podcast? I guess.
Yeah, like a
It's a
live
live.
on the spot Memphis and May podcast.
Yeah, it's not going to be live on like podcast platforms. We're only going to live it on
We're
Facebook.
going to live stream it on Facebook and then turn that live stream into our podcast.
And then we'll record it and release it on
As
all
normal,
but not video. Or it'll be video too.
So you'll get the video the Monday after Memphis and May, but if you listen to the audio on Friday, you can get the audio on Friday. And then if you want to watch the video early, you can go on Facebook and watch it.
We think,
live stream.
We think.
Yeah, we got to work out the
Yeah.
technical stuff.
in theory,
we
in
have
theory,
we have some things from Amazon on the way
yeah.
to allow us to do a mobile podcast.
But so what got me thinking about that was like was it in the community? Someone said y'all should go live and do a Q&A, you and Mark at Memphis and May.
Yeah, I believe his name is Scott.
Yeah. And so we said, and I was like, you know what?
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea because we could get out there like Thursday morning, bake some Bloody Mary. Somebody sent us a Bloody Mary to say, what kind of Bloody Mary mix is that? I had never had it. So
I've never seen
is
it before, but it's got a cool. I like the
Oh, yeah.
packaging.
Sunday Fun Day Bloody Mary mix. We're gonna
It's
try
got a
this
pig
at
on
Memphis
it.
and May. Yeah, it's got a pig on it. I guess it's from Charlotte. What does it say? Charleston Pig Crew. Is where it's from. So, we're gonna try that at Memphis and May. And I'm
I'm still gonna have some more.
make some Bloody Marys. Yeah. Are you gonna still have the morning one? I want
Just
the
in
deal
case.
one. Can we get the deal one?
Yeah.
That's my new go-to.
The deal.
Yeah.
Morning wood.
You know what? I love, the classic Zing Zang. Can't go wrong with it.
Yeah. It needs a little
I
help.
love Jimmy Love.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
And then the Morning Wood one, that we kind of discovered that one last year, I think at Memphis and May.
Yeah.
So that's, and then we got Sunday Fun Day Bloody Mary mix.
We'll find out if it's any
if
good.
it's any good. Yeah.
I have
We
learned.
got buddy, are you Bond's family?
Yeah, they have.
They've
fun
got some
things.
great Bloody Mary mix. So we're going to have Bloody Marys at Memphis and May, Jack. We need a lot of Tito's. A lot.
I like day drinking.
I'm going to have to buy a Bloody Mary this year.
But what are we going to do? Sit down and Q&A and maybe have some people jump in like Mark,
Yeah,
jump in,
yeah.
answer some questions, and just hopefully do an hour right there on the river in our booth and, have some fun with it.
That's the plan.
See what happens. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
it hinges on internet availability.
Yeah.
Because
Which
when you get all
gets-
those people down there on the AT&T network, which is what we use, it could get jammed up. We could lose connection. We can always record it and still, I guess. I don't know.
I'm hoping the fact that we're doing it Thursday morning, there's not the public in at that time.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, we should be able to pull it off. If we
Well,
were
tell
trying to do
them
it Thursday at 8 p.m.,
Yeah,
it would
we'll
be a
see.
mess.
We'll see. And we're going to do some other stuff too, Tyler. We're going to kind of do a daily update or something, you said.
Yeah,
We
so
got
we're
some
gonna.
illusions of grandeur on some of this stuff.
I was thinking that too.
Sounds good. Wait till we get down there.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to pull off like a vlog style video to give everybody kind of a behind the scenes
Yeah.
look at each day at Memphis.
Yeah.
MA,
Like a
and-
documentary style.
Yeah.
Little, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll ask you questions every day, how we perform certain things and stuff like that, and then obviously like the award ceremonies and stuff like that. So it's be awesome.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Probably going to let the team do all the award stuff. I usually bow out of that.
yeah.
This will be my first time. Excited.
You didn't go last year when they were on stage?
No,
Oh.
I
We had to leave.
evacuated when the tornado hit
Oh,
or whatever
yeah.
it was. So
Oh, yeah.
it's like
forgot
I'm
about
just gonna-
that.
Man, have y'all seen the weather?
I have not.
Rain every day.
Fantastic.
Bring your mud boots, bring your hip waders, umbrellas, bring your shorts, bring your jackets.
You never know.
But you never know.
So I think we have some big news, or it's big news to me.
What is it?
You were nominated for the
Oh.
Barbecue Hall of Fame.
I was very shocked. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
for me, that is it ain't just for me, it's for everybody. It's for I couldn't do this without you. I couldn't do that with our team. You know, Tyler, all the stuff we've done over these years, for everybody watching, for people cooking in their backyards. That's what this is for.
Are you working on your cupcakes right now?
No, not really. But I mean, you think about it. I mean, just a guy that cooks barbecue,
Yeah.
and share with
Whatever.
people. So,
I know I'm a little biased, but I feel like you're very deserving.
no, I appreciate that.
I feel like you changed the
Coming from my
game.
wife.
What?
It's like coming from my wife.
It's like
Thank
your
you.
mom
Thank
telling
baby.
you you're cute.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're cute.
Change
Yeah.
the game.
You did. Nobody was doing it. Hey,
You're not wrong.
when we started doing what we were doing, people made fun of us.
Every day. Every time I went to a contest.
They told us that we were fools.
Yep. Still making your little videos, aren't
Still
you?
making your little videos.
That was a question I would get from people. You still making your little videos? I say, I'm trying.
And they said it
I
was.
say the same thing now. Yeah, as long as somebody watches one, I'll make one.
And they said it with a little bit of a.
Yeah.
Who's
Bless your
left
heart.
now?
Bless your heart.
Bless your little heart.
Look at him thinking he's gonna be somebody.
But now you have inspired thousands of content.
And now the
creators.
same people that were making fun of him
I'm making videos.
are doing copying what he did.
It's all right.
That's to me. That's why.
No, it is cool. It's really
That's why I
an
think
honor.
you're deserving. Yeah.
Just to be nominated is an honor. I don't know if I have a chance. There's some great guys on that list
Yeah.
that are probably way more deserving than I am, and some people that got left off of it. Some of my heroes,
Yeah.
that didn't get put in there. So that does mean
I'm not
a
going to
lot.
argue that, but I do think you're very deserving of it.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And thanks to the American Rule, for having the Hall of Fame and for nominating us.
No, it's a huge honor.
Good luck to everybody
And-
that's in. There's
Yeah, it's a huge honor, and I'm excited for you. And
yeah.
we'll find out the 26th is when they
Like,
announce it. If you're
25th,
actually
26th,
because they
like that.
nominated 10 people, and
There was
they
like 90 entries or 90 nominations. And they vet you. And they took the top 10, I guess, or however they ranked it. I don't know. The committee did. So now they vote. And it's not a public vote either. It's like the committee votes and the former Hall of Fame inductees vote. So
it's not that many people voting.
I do got some friends in there, though, I think.
No, it's a huge honor, and you're right. There's people that are deserving too, and
Yeah.
but still,
They pick
Congratulations to everybody nominated.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome that people think enough of you to nominate you for a Hall of Fame.
And they pick 4 people from
yeah,
that list.
4 people from the list of 10.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
It's awesome.
I don't know how many's in there total now, but it's, it's pretty exclusive.
Yeah. last week you released 2 new seasonings. I
Yeah,
don't have them in here. Dang it.
we didn't bring those in.
No.
We should have, but
Hey, Tyler,
We'll
go
save
grab
them.
them.
they're in the Malcolm's line. We're
Yeah.
gonna pause it for a second.
You can just run out there and grab it.
Okay.
It's an Italian stallion seasoning and a
Is he recording?
Gyro Hero. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was still recording. He's about to get them. Huh? That's cool. But yeah, no, I did. These have been in the works for a while, and it's kind of like in my Malcolm's line where it's not just barbecue stuff.
Yeah.
These are cooking stuff, cooking seasonings and stuff that I use in the kitchen. And I mean, they're great. They're great using them, on meat on the grill or in the smoker or anything like that. But this is them. My 2 new releases. I've got the Italian Stallion.
Michael came up with that name.
I mean, that's what they called Rocky, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's, legal or not. We call it that. I like this. It's Italian Stallion. Oh, it's Italian Stallion pizza, Italian seasoned pasta. Anything goes. If you like Italian food, you will like the Italian Stallion.
We've been making that for a while now.
Yeah.
And using it for pizzas.
Spaghetti season. Spaghetti, yeah.
It's really good spaghetti.
And then my jalapeno Greek Gyro Hero. If you like Greek food or just a little spice to your Greek
If you like
life,
Cavenders,
if you like,
want a little spicy.
a little spicier,
That's better.
tastier, zestier Cavender style or seasoning, Greek seasoning, it's great. I mean, it's good on everything too. I tell you what, Mikey used some of this last week. He did a sausage and cheese board, and he was just trying something to put over the sausage and the cheese, and he went with that Gyro Hero, just kind of sprinkled it over it like we would a dry rub, and
Yeah.
he said it was fantastic on smoked sausage like that. And I was like, "You didn't cook it or anything?" He's like, "No, man, we just sprinkled it over it." So
One
good
thing
one.
I use for the Gyro Hero is green beans.
yes,
Saute
very good on
pan.
sauteed green beans. I mean, a lot of this stuff we do use when it's not necessarily just grilling.
No.
It's like whenever we're cooking, grabbing a bottle of seasoning out of the cabinet. That's what we're going with. Side dishes.
And I did little pork roasts with the Italian Stallion last week. They were really good.
Serve that up with some Brussels sprouts and some carrots roasted with a little balsamic glaze. Man, it was good.
So enough shameless plugs.
Enough shameless plugs. Hey, we got new seasons to try, man. People got to try them.
So, talking about Memphis and I, for people that are coming in, visiting Memphis for the first time, where would you tell someone are the must-eat places while you're here on a trip?
If you're coming downtown or anywhere,
You're just coming to Memphis. You're going to spend the weekend. You might spend one day in Memphis, May.
Oh.
But you got 3 or 4 different opportunities to go try restaurants.
so I always barbecue shop,
That's one of my
cozy
favorites.
corner.
Yep.
Go get a sausage and cheese plate and a pitcher of beer at Rendezvous. Go get you some nachos or some wings at Central. Those are just right down in the Memphis and May area,
Yeah.
downtown, close enough to get to. And if you're going to travel out, go down to Pete, Melissa, and John David's down there at Memphis Barbecue Company. If you want to go there, Germantown Commissary is another one of my favorite ones.
Did you say Central?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I love Central's wings.
Yeah.
Their wings are so diggum good.
That's what I always get there. Barbecue nachos and wings.
I'm a wing man. I got to get them. I got it when I go.
But what about non-barbecue?
Gus's Fried Chicken.
That's on my list too.
Man, another good one? The fried catfish at Blue City Cafe.
That's a
It's
good
phenomenal.
one. That's a good suggestion.
It's really good.
And that's right downtown.
Right downtown. Get a bowl of gumbo, some fried catfish.
And Blue City Cafe has that feeling that you want. That is like you feel like you're on Bill Street. It's
Yeah,
been there
yeah.
forever. It's
It's right on the corner.
it's got the vibes.
Get a pint at the Flying Saucer. Diver at Silky's.
Do they still do divers?
Yeah, they do divers.
What's a diver? Tell everybody what a diver is.
It's one of the best drinks ever made. No,
So you start off with a bucket.
It's a big pink bucket, looking plastic yellow bucket. And
What do you
honest,
think that is? Like
it's just a plastic
5
bucket.
gallons?
No, it ain't that. It may be a gallon. It's like a
Really?
gallon bucket. Yeah, I don't think it's more than a gallon.
Okay.
But just say a gallon plastic pail. That's
Okay.
what it is. And they fill it up with ice. And then I guess whatever cheap wine, some kind of drink mix, a bunch of alcohols, and the cheapest beer you can put in it to top off, and a ton of grenadine and a handful of cherries. And It sounds great, don't it?
It tastes.
But when you stir it all up, it's kind of has that Memphis style hurricane flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's not as sweet as a hurricane, but it's a low down and gritty hurricane. and they give you like a handful of straw. So this thing's meant to share. It's not like I have drank one like by myself, but it's really meant to share.
Yeah.
And actually, my cousin drank 2 one night, and it was a bad night. bad night.
That's 2 gallons.
I know. That was at the really good Silkies when it used to be over on Madison. Man, that was good Silkies.
That's before my time.
Way before. That was one of the best college bars I'd ever been to.
Did they have the goats in Midtown?
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember any goats being there.
In downtown, they had the goats. I don't think they do.
I don't know. I think so.
They just have goats? Like what?
Yeah, there's
2
like
pet goats that live there.
Yeah, and like people will feed them beer.
How have I never seen these? I've been to Beale Street so
There's a lot. Like if
It's
you're
like
right
a little
there,
area on off their patio.
if you're facing Silkies, it's on the right side of it in that little patio area.
Oh, okay. So I've never been over there.
There's like a window bar you can order from the street side, and then right beside it's like an iron gate. That's where there's like a little goat house with a ramp they can get up in.
They have toys and stuff.
That's awesome. Did not know that.
I don't know how they keep anything. The goat will eat everything. I don't know how the house must be made out of metal or something. I don't know.
I had Huey's on my list too.
Yep.
Oh, Huey's, yeah. How'd I forget Huey's?
Yeah.
I usually end up there at least one night of Memphis and May was there till late night. And you can go in and get a burger and some Huey's cheese fries, and then you're ready to go to bed.
Draft beer. Yeah.
Get up and do it over.
They have me and my wife's favorite spinach dip too. So if you're like looking to get some appetizers and stuff, we always share a burger. We get spinach dip and we get loaded cheese fries.
I've never had.
It's
hard for me to get away from the cheese fries.
Yeah.
Their wings are good. They're different.
What do you mean different?
They it's a whole wing, and they fry them, but then they toss them in like this. It's not really a wing sauce, but it has like almost a Greek or Middle Eastern flair to it.
Yeah.
And it's real thin, and it has more of like a oil base than just butter. I mean, it's good. It's good. It's different. It's a different kind of wing.
I kind of want to try that.
Yeah, they're really good.
But it's a fried wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it has like a cumin kind of, I don't know, all different kinds of herb spice to it.
Oh, it's cumin-y?
I mean, I wouldn't say curry, but it's close. You know, it's kind of in that line of a curry. How it's got the different, different seasonings,
when you
herbs in it.
Get wings at like an Asian joint.
Yeah.
Kind of have that turmeric-y kind of.
Not really. Yeah, not really turmeric. It's good though. We'll have to get some.
Yeah,
Go down
we'll
there
get
this
some
week.
next time we.
We'll end up at Huey's one day. I promise you. What's your favorite burger at Huey's?
The Senor Huey. Basically, it's just their burger with jalapenos and pepper jack cheese on it.
It's a good.
What's yours?
I usually just go classic Huey's burger.
Classic Huey's.
Blues 57, baby.
Oh,
What's
that
the
Blues
Blues
57 is
57?
good too.
Blue cheese, like fried onion straws on there.
Barbecue sauce.
Heinz 57. So good.
Is it barbecue sauce or Heinz 57?
Heinz 57.
Okay.
That's why they call it the Blues 57.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
Madison Avenue is good too. It's a good one.
Which one?
It's just called the Madison Avenue Burger. And then they got another one that's like a sunriser. It's got an egg on it.
Yeah.
Sounds good too.
Huey's is like a local Memphis burger joint. They've got multiple locations.
I had Gibson's Donuts on my list too.
Nah, overrated.
Yeah.
So overrated.
My wife's been getting them a lot, and for like any get together or anything like that we have, and it's so good.
They're good, but I mean,
They're really good too.
Hernando's donuts are just as good. And they don't have, I don't think they have kolaches there.
That's true. They just don't do like, I guess, this fancy stuff. Like you can get like crushed Oreos on top. And stuff like that. It's kind of more like, I guess,
Classic donut
bougie.
shop.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't need all the fancy stuff.
You just want glazed.
Yeah, I mean, I like a
bear
good cream
claw?
filled. Well, I call it white icing filled.
Yeah.
Probably the one I like.
And I also had either Brother Juniper's or Arcade for breakfast.
Brother Juniper's is so good.
It is, yeah. It's hard to get in there though. You got to go early.
Their loaded grits are so good.
Arcade's okay too.
You just
It's just an old diner. Go to Waffle House.
and one other thing. So there's a Bain Barbecue. He had a food truck for a while, and he was doing briskets and stuff, and kind of Texas style barbecue.
Yeah.
But now he's got his a brick and mortar restaurant.
Where's it at?
I mean,
I haven't heard of that.
I know. That's why while we're down there next week.
Yeah, is it downtown? Texas style barbecue downtown? We'll have to try that.
Cooper. So Midtown.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a great place to swing through after we drop one day, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that.
Texas style barbecue in Memphis. I'm going to have to go get a review on that place.
Yeah. I've heard it's really good.
In Cooper Young?
Yeah.
Okay.
In that area, real close to that area. I feel like right now would be a good time to tell you that Blue Plate is the best mayo on the planet.
You know this.
We got to bring a Blue
I
Plate.
did. Hey, I got a recipe we just put on TikTok there using a hot and spicy Blue Plate. I called it a BBQ Pasta Salad. And so what it was, I'll tell you, everybody's had like a rotini summertime pasta salad, or even the box kind, the suddenly salad you've seen.
We use that a lot.
Yeah. Those are just easy, but this kind of takes that to a homemade level. And what I did was took a link of country pleasing smoked sausage, cut it up into little bite-sized pieces, like half it, and then dice it up, seasoned it with a little barbecue rub, throw it on the pit. And I do that so it'll get like cooked, it'll get a little crispy on the edges. You could do it in the oven if you want to. But throw it on, pellet smoker, 275 degrees. It don't take 30 minutes. But they get kind of crispy and it cooks some of the grease off out of it. So it's not greasy in your pasta salad. And then once you get a little crust on the outside of all those little pieces, throw it on some paper towel and let it drain. So you've got like these little lardon pieces of smoked sausage.
And it's got a little crunch on that.
Yeah, it's got a little crunch on it. And so
you could do that in the oven.
Yeah, you could definitely do it on broil in the oven, or just, put it on 350 in the oven and let it go till they get crispy. What you want to do is just toss them around every while, because what I found when you do it on a sheet pan, on that full side, that's going to be the side that gets crispy first because it's in the grease, and I guess that full's kind of radiating heat. And so if you'll flip them over, it'll get all edges of it crispy like that. I just take a little spatula and move it around. Then boil the pasta, just, 7-8 minutes. Package directions on a box. I think it might not have been a full 16-ounce box. It's like 12 ounces, whatever. Yeah. They're value engineering our stuff now at the grocery store, so a little bit less than what you think it would be. Should have been a 1 pound box, but it is what it is. And so you boil that, strain it, and I just let it kind of set to the side so it cools down a little. I'm not a fan of warm pasta salad. I know you like.
I do.
Take it out of the bowl, strain it, mix it all together, and I don't like that.
You want it cold.
I want it cold. I want my pasta salad cold. And so I diced up red onion, half some tomatoes, sliced black olives, little broccoli florets, cubed up some cheddar cheese, as I was thinking barbecue pasta salad, sausage and cheese. And so it's going in there too. And then for the dressing, I just took the hot and spicy Blue Plate. It was like half a cup. And then I put in some
Zesty
Italian. I always buy whatever. It's usually whatever's on sale, Zesty Italian. Yeah. Most of the time it's Kraft. Sometimes it's store brand. Whatever you can get, Zesty Italian dressing. And then cracked black pepper. And you whisk that up until it's just real smooth. You combine all of it, drizzle the dressing, fold it, and then put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour. And it's chilled and ready to serve. All those flavors come together. The dressing kind of softens up the broccoli a little bit, but it's really good.
It is really good. And if you think that only putting a half a cup of that mayo in it isn't going to make it spicy.
Yeah. It's got a kick. What'd you think, Todd? Did you think it was spicy?
I did, and I think you could even just by adding a little bit more. If you like a little bit more spice, you could probably add it. But it just be warned, it's gonna burn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's like a man temperature level pasta salad.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
It's good. It's good.
You wouldn't want to serve it to a kid though.
It's different, because flavor wise, it's not overly seasoned or anything like that, but it's creamy. You get all the snap from the vegetables and stuff, the sausage and the cheese. I've never, usually don't do that in a pasta salad, but it is really good,
It helps break
it up. It goes with it. And it does make it a great barbecue side dish.
You don't have to eat too many vegetables without
Yeah, you get all cheese. Yeah, that's right. Balances out, right?
Yeah.
I ate 2 bowls of it. 2 bowls.
No, that was really good.
You also did Denver steaks. We released one this
Yeah.
week.
So Denver steaks, man, that's I wish they had those in all the grocery stores. I don't know why they don't. It's cut out of like the chuck roast area.
So what do they typically do with that cut?
I guess part of the chuck roast or grind it up. It's not normally sold as a steak, but it looks like boneless short rib.
Yeah, that's a good way to
Marbled
put
up.
it. Yeah.
I mean, it's just, they're little perfect little individual steaks. They're probably 8-10 ounces in that range. You usually don't see them a whole lot bigger than that. But these came from my buddy Kevin down at the butcher shop. You'll hear me talk about it all the time. Of course, he's got the good meat. He's got the good. And so these steaks, they come and they're trimmed already. I don't have to do anything to them really. Well, he sells them to you. I think they just come in a 2-pack, and you open them up, and they don't take long to cook. You think being chuck roast or from the chuck roll area, which is like shoulder, that it works. It's going to be a tough muscle. Well, this muscle is not like that. It eats a lot like, I would say, ribeye or strip steak.
Yeah.
New York strip.
Strip. Yeah.
Kind of like
definitely.
it'll remind you of that, but it's marbled way more. So you get that intermuscular fat like a ribeye has. You get that marbling in it.
But it
way
doesn't
more
have the
than you
big
do.
pockets of fat.
But it
like
doesn't have a big
ribeye.
pocket. Yeah, you're not going to get like a big pocket of fat. Yeah. And so that's why I liked it. And it cooked. I think I did like a minute or so each side, and then kind of did that again to get that crosshatch going on the straight. Now, I didn't use grill grates or anything. I just used the Weber grate, 2's on fire, seasoned it really, really simple, and then got them on some, I put a little prime Swan Life prime beef, and then a little steak rub to give it some little coarse herbs and stuff, peppers on the top of it. And then high heat first, 1 minute, turn it, 1 minute, move it to the indirect side, the cool side of that 2's on fire. And then I just watched it till it came up to, they're like, I like mine about 125 right in that. And if you like it a little rare, you can go a little rarer than that. But
If you like a little more,
if you like a little more, go a little more.
Yeah.
I just watch it, but take it off, let them rest. And then the only thing with those, the grain, you got to watch kind of how the grain runs.
Funny.
So, like, that could have been one big Denver steak that the grain run, and you could have cut it, but this was like cut in half, so it turned the grain. Is why, and so then I had sliced it long ways, and then you can come back and you can cut those strips into whatever size pieces if you're serving it. If I'm eating at a steakhouse, I'm just going to go at it.
Yeah.
Just like you would, ribeye or whatever else. But that's the only thing. But man, it would melt. It melted in your mouth.
It was really good.
It was succulent. It was so good.
So, like, I just thought of this question. When you're eating a ribeye, is there a grain that you're supposed to be working
I mean,
with?
not on ribeye or anything. I mean, you always want to cut on any protein.
Is there a grain in it?
On any protein, you want to cut across the grain.
Yeah.
But on that ribeye, I think it's sliced out of the roast, and you're going across the grain on it anyway.
Yeah.
The way it's running, the way that muscle, I guess, works, it's running. They're all running down the length of the loin. So when they cut it, it's because of the thickness of it, it's not mattering as much either. You also, it hasn't, it's dropping this weekend, but you did your charred up chicken. You call it burn ass chicken. Yeah, I was trying to be a little PC on that one. I don't know how the tubes would act if you just called something burn ass chicken on it, but that's what everybody calls it. I mean, I call it chicken thighs. So when I first started cooking competition barbecue, we were in the Memphis and May or the MBN era, to where it was all pork. I didn't cook KCBS back then. There weren't contests chicken. There was no brisket. All we had was pork categories: ribs, shoulders, whole hog. And so they would do ancillaries where they would do a chicken or anything beef or whatever like that.
And that was your Friday
and
night.
And so, but we didn't. So nobody was cooking just like competition thighs the way you think, of them now, where it's this pretty box with 6 thighs in it glazed up. It was anything goes chicken. And so I was cooking these just for fun on a Friday night, and they were good eating because we cook them at home. I think I was going to Aldi at the time, buying a bag of these frozen, boneless, skinless thighs. I would take the Aldi bag, froze now, mind you, open it, dump it over in a Ziploc bag, get me a bottle of the zesty Italian dressing, dump it in there, and maybe put some barbecue rub and a little hot sauce in there and stick it in the cooler. And I would do this like for Friday morning, and it would sit in there all day and kind of thaw and, and marinate. And by the time Friday night came, when it was time to cook those, we'd always have a grill going because we were cooking food for the public. I'd usually have my little Weber kettle sitting there, and I would fire up some coals, get those chickens out, put them on some paper towels, kind of blot them a little bit, season them with
what
my.
What were you seasoning them with way back in the day?
Probably number 5. Yeah. I mean, we put Flavorama number 5 on everything back then. We didn't know. We weren't making our own rubs and stuff. I mean, that didn't come along until, we got to the pro division.
Yeah. Is that a regional thing, number 5?
I don't know. It's like everybody used to be in all, everybody had it.
Used number 5.
You don't know how many of these bottled rubs are based on like Flavorama number 5. That was the flavor everybody was trying to go for.
You used to go have to go to the bad part of town to their grocery store.
Yeah.
To buy it. You buy it in like 3-pound bags.
No, it'd be a 1 pound bag. Yeah. It was in a pick 5 at a lot of them. You could get it.
It was the most generic looking bag.
Oh, just a white bag, like outline box, Flavorama number 5 barbecue seasoning. FlavorRight Labs, I think, was who made it back in the day in Horn Lake.
I wonder if we could find any of that.
Oh yeah, they still sell it.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, it's still. I need to get some. Just put it in the shop here for nostalgia. Flavorama number 5. Maybe we need to buy Killer Hogs number 5.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Nobody would know what it was. Well, there's people that would know, but that was when we put that on. We just put it in a whatever kind of pizza shaker, cheese shaker thing we had. Go to town with it. Only bad thing about it is salty as crap. It was salty and smoky, yeah.
It probably worked on chicken that way.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I was putting it on there and charring the crap out of it. So I'd put that on there and I'd throw it on that hot grill and I would stand there the whole time. Somebody would bring beer. I'd have tongs in one hand, Miller Lite in the other, and we were flipping chicken. And you put it on there and by the time you got, and usually I do 2 or 3 bags, because everybody wanted to eat the chicken too, and I know I needed a box, enough to put in a turn-in box. And so I would just constantly fill the grill up with chicken. By the time I got them all on, it was time to flip them. By the time you got them all flipped, it's time to flip them again. And you just repeated that process until they got to about 150 internal, 160. And then I'd pull them up, put them in a pan. And as I got all of them in the pan, I would take barbecue sauce. And back then, no joke, I was going to Tops Barbecue and buying their sauce, and I'd mix it with Corky's, and that was the sauce that went in the pan. And I'd fill the pan up, not fill it up, but I'd drizzle it all over it. And then I'd take each piece and kind of flip it around where I make sure sauce was on it, load it back on the grill, do that same process again until it was all charred. And it's not like completely, like burnt all the way across.
No, you just
it just has charred bits and edges and corners and pieces. So it tasted like really, really good chicken that you couldn't dry out. It had been brined in this, zesty Italian dressing.
Spies anyway.
Had flavor through and through. I mean, it was fantastic. It's really good eating chicken. And you could do it. I mean, you don't have to do it barbecue style. You could do that Greek style. You could do that Italian style. You could do it, kind of a Mexican style. Whatever flavors you wanted to go with charred up chicken like that, you could definitely do it.
And so you'd load up a turn-in box?
Yeah. So
turn it in?
Yeah. I don't even know. Could you garnish you could turn in you could garnish the ancillaries.
Yeah.
So that's when Waylon would come in, and I would give him the pan of my chicken. And usually what I would do is I'd take scissors, kind of trim it up, try to make them look like uniform pieces after they were done.
Okay.
I'd cut off a little chart, some of that. But I was just trying to make them all.
Yeah.
Because, you get those thighs and they're not evenly shaped, but that center cut piece of it would be. And so I'd have me a box of them. We'd stand them up and kind of fan them. And there might be, I don't know, 24 pieces in that box.
So y'all loaded them up.
Yeah. And we'd take a pepper and put it right in the center and cut you cut the top out of it, but cut it to where it looked like it had flames, like a red or orange pepper. And then we'd put some of that sauce that we char glazed, grilled it in, and that's going to go in there, and we turn it in, and man, it killed it.
You won a lot of first place with that.
Yeah. I mean, I paid for a Weber grill several times. That charred up burnt-ass chicken, and that's what people started calling it, burnt-ass chicken.
Oh, there was one time.
Strikes again.
There was one time I think it did get a little burnt. We turned it in anyway, first place.
That was when some other team, there was like a junior team was doing it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like Shaq's team or
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
And I went over there with them.
No, it was Pig Knuckles.
Is that what's that? Yeah. Pig Knuckles. Not Moose Knuckles, Pig Knuckles.
Ugh.
Yeah, and they burn it. I mean, they burn it, slap up. And I went over there and was like, let's sauce it and see what we can do. First place. It was like, if you would have seen that box, you'd have been like, there is no way Burn Ass Chicken strikes again.
I had just had a flashback. You were talking about what you did on Friday night at the barbecues. Once the chicken was turned in, then you became the DJ. That was like your favorite thing.
I mean,
You still would do that.
heck, that's why I love, nobody does that at barbecues anymore. It used to be a party.
Yeah.
Like you went and I wanted to bring a trailer full of speakers and amps and the booth and
I
everything.
mean, you hired a bar.
Yeah,
we hired
yeah.
a bartender
Hired a bartender. Yeah.
and a bar back.
Yeah. Man.
It
We
was
had
a
the strawberry
thing,
chair and the ice luges, and it was great. Those were the party days, man. Those were fun. That was when barbecue was fun.
Old MIM
Yeah.
contest.
Is that where like strawberry cream shots came from?
Yeah, it was. It really was. All the stuff I cook, a lot of that stuff I cook comes from those days. Those were good days.
After
We weren't like, I'm not saying I wasn't serious about barbecue. I wasn't serious about
Yeah.
the contest. I could care less if we won the barbecue contest. I know there was times I told you if we can't have this party, I'm not even going to do it. And then I guess as I got older, the partying quit. I mean, for us, going to a barbecue contest, I mean, it always started like on Wednesday. Wednesday was like family night.
Yeah.
You didn't bring out the speakers and but
Yeah, but you set up,
Thursday,
you
you
started
started
getting set
setting up. Thursday was party night. Friday was ancillaries and party night. Saturday was rough, but that was turn in and judging, and then party night. And so and that's how we did barbecue contest. Well, it goes to KCBS, and people don't show up till Friday.
Yeah.
And then they're all in their trailers. Nobody's got radios. I was like, what is this? And then Saturday, it's like, and then everybody packs up as soon as they're through cooking. I was like, y'all ain't staying. We'll pack up tomorrow on Sunday.
Yeah.
No, none of that happened.
Yeah,
So
but in KCBS,
I was
they
like,
didn't set it.
what?
Yeah,
So
they
I
didn't.
would do that. And that's how I guess we got a little serious and started cooking a little more. And I want to go back to the party days. My kids are going to be old enough for long.
Yeah, it's a whole different atmosphere at
Yeah.
barbecue contest.
Maybe we're
now.
bringing
They take it-
maybe we're bringing that back when Michael gets out of school, gets to college.
You're going to start your own sanctioning body.
Revisited. Yeah, I mean it's part of it. You got to show up on Wednesday. You got to stay till Sunday morning. We'll have turn-ins Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
That's pretty much what Memphis May is.
It is, and that's where we learned that
Yeah.
from. You know, I thought
Yeah.
that was the coolest thing when I got we got going in barbecue and going down to Memphis, and man, these teams were doing all this big stuff, and it was going on for all these days, and it was like a festival.
Yeah.
It was a big party and festival. That's what I really like about it. I mean, the contest part, that's what people are there for, I guess, to win and all that. But I mean, that's not gonna break my heart. I want to have a good time. Is that bad?
No, that's kind of how you've always had that attitude.
I've always had that attitude.
Win or lose.
Win the party.
I remember after I got to know you, I found out the reason you like to DJ so much is because you said all the girls would come to request songs.
They do. They
Everybody,
something they can dance to. Everybody likes the DJ.
They get in real close and request
Everybody likes
songs.
the DJ.
Everybody's feeding them drinks. Everybody's like, yeah. You get your own little spot to stand there.
Man, you'd be the devil comes, I guess. You'd ever turn around, somebody's got a shot for you, somebody's got a drink for you, somebody lit you a cigarette. It's like, dang, man, well, hold up. You got to know your limits.
The
Limits
good
and limits,
days.
dude. Limits and limits.
I do remember one of the first contests I ever went to was a Spring Fest, which
Yeah.
is like the gearing up for Memphis in May, or back in the day it was. And I remember me and you had just met. We were just friends or whatever.
Was that where you had to choke out the guy that was trying to kill Tom, trying to drown Tom in the mud?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So the moment I fell in love, Shell, get in there with you. Take it up for a little guy.
That was in my younger days.
That was in your younger days.
I don't even know where
You didn't want me to tell that story. I changed that train of thought.
I just remember I was holding a drink and I looked down there and this dude had Tom on the ground, our buddy Tom on the ground. And
Trying to drown him in the mud hole.
And I just remember taking a sip and just throwing my drink over my
This is
shoulder.
God's honest truth. By the time I could get there,
And jumping on in.
she had that guy by the throat. We drug him out, threw him over the fence and out the booth. Tom was like, "You saved my life." He was so happy. It was like indebted to you. It happened so fast. Oh, those were the days.
Sometimes my redneck still comes out every now and then. Anyway, so you want to move on to questions?
Sure.
I thought this was a really good question. I don't know if you're the right person to answer it, but so this guy, he has a peach tree in his backyard. It's started to die, basically. He's pretty sure it's dead at this point. Hadn't bloomed this year. He's talking about harvesting it to use it for the smoker.
Yeah.
How does he go about that?
I mean, if it's not rotted, it should be okay. I mean, cut it up. I mean, you cut it down and cut it up. See what it looks like. See what the wood's like. Sometimes insects get them. I mean, they get decay. They're standing there and you don't know it. But if it's still good solid wood, it could still be viable. I wouldn't be scared to cut it up and check it out. See what it looks like.
Yeah, you'll
know you'll know what the wood's like if it's super soft and rotted and all that, or if it's still got its core. If it's still, the center of it's still pretty solid and strong, it should be fine.
So what do you do after you cut it?
Stack it up.
And just let it hang out?
Yeah, just let it season.
Is there a season process?
Yeah, I mean, it just needs to lay for a little while. I would just don't leave it on the ground. Get it up off the ground, cut it up, get it up off the ground. And 6 months, let it sit there.
6 months.
You can use it green. It's going to give off more smoke. You don't use as much. A lot of people use green peach fruit wood,
So what's the process of seasoning the wood?
It's let the moisture content get out of it.
Okay.
Is all. And so that doesn't mean you have to keep it covered up or in something. You just want to get it off the ground where it can't sit in moisture.
Yeah.
Because the moisture is steadily trying to come out of it, and it's okay if it gets rained on and stuff. Sometimes you see people put a little tarp over their wood rack just on top, but you don't have to. It's fine just sitting there.
Like on a back porch?
Yeah.
Or a garage or something?
Yeah, up against a fireplace or wherever. People put them, you can put a wood rack pretty much anywhere.
So cut it down, see what you're working with.
Yep. Yeah, you're not going to know till you start cutting it up. And if it's soft and rotted and looks decayed, it's probably not going to be good for smoking. But if it's got some weight to it and it's, still pretty solid, it'll be good to go. Nothing wrong with it. And it could just be dead, and needs to be cut down. He's going to have to cut it down anyway.
Yeah. So this guy, he purchased a brisket, and he put a picture of it on the community page. The vacuum seal, once he got it home, he realized that the vacuum seal wasn't tight.
Yeah.
He said he didn't see any leaks. There's nothing leaking, but the vacuum seal ain't tight. He was asking, should he return it?
I mean, I bought meat like that too, or had a slab of ribs, picked up. And by the time you get them home, the bones punched it and let some air in. I definitely wouldn't freeze it in that condition because it's going to get freezer burnt. It's been compromised. But, chances are if you open it and it's ruined, take it back. You can tell, though. Once you open it, you'll know if it's bad. The meat will, it'll have a bad smell for one, probably run you out of the kitchen if it's tainted, but it'll also just have a weird slimy texture. You can tell if it's bad meat. If there's any second guessing, I'd take it back, but I wouldn't plan on refreezing it, or if you're going to refreeze it, get it out of that package, try to get that moisture off of it with a paper towel, re-vacuum seal it, wrap it up in butcher, whatever you do to preserve your meat. But I like to use a vacuum sealer, like a Food Saver, or we've got some different ones that we use, but Wesson, I think, is one brand that I use at home, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not real crazy about that one.
It's just big and bulky.
Yeah.
It seals up better for the freezer than it does the Food Saver.
Yeah,
it's more industrial. But I would do that. I definitely don't store it in that package. And it probably needs to be cooked pretty soon too. You see them like that at the grocery store all the time in the bin. I usually skip over those.
Yeah.
They look like air's gotten in it, and all it is something punctured it.
And it could have happened from the purchase.
Yeah,
on the
handling, you never
travel.
know. Them throwing it in the counter at the
Yeah.
meat department,
If it's something as simple as like it's just been punctured, air's gotten in it, it should be okay.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how long it's been sitting there. You'll know.
You just got to open it up and find out about like the tree.
Yeah, yeah. You got to open it up and find out. Open it up and find out. I mean, if it was like that when you picked it up and bought it, I probably wouldn't have bought it, I'd look for one that's
Yeah.
packed. I mean, that's one of my, if I'm looking for a brisket or any piece of meat at the store, I'm inspecting that packaging. I want to be able to feel it. I want it to be pliable in the package, but I don't want to see any air bubbles that's got in, or it looks like juices leaked out. I want it to, all be contained. So if you buy one where it's real, the Cryovac's real loose on it, and it's got it's evident that air is in there with it, that's not a good. I'd skip over that one.
When I bought your chickens this week, I ran to the grocery store and bought you 3 whole chickens. They're with the one brand that we typically buy, all those chickens were like blown up.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I think a chicken must off gas more in that package or something.
is that what it is? Off gas?
It feels like it because when
Yeah.
you open it, you get that kind of smell from chicken
Yeah.
as it ages and gets some age on it. And even if you'll notice a pack of wings or thighs or anything like that in the grocery store, if they've been sitting there, because most of that stuff is froze when they get it, and they put it out in their containers.
So you're
and-
going
yeah.
through a freezer.
And
to
it's going,
freeze.
yeah, they probably flash frozen it first, and then they ship it to the stores, and it's thawing out as it sits in those open coolers. I mean, those coolers are designed to keep it super cold, but they're not going to hold it froze, some of them, especially where they have the chicken, because a lot of times, the bottom, and I'll reach down underneath to get bottom packs because I think it's colder.
I do
Sometimes
too.
those still got a little ice on them, but those ones that have been up at the top and people have been going over, they fill up.
Yeah.
And that chicken package is tight.
Yeah,
and it's kind of blowed out.
I'm just like, that just don't.
It's like
look
it's got to
good.
be the meat off gassing from just breaking down, I guess.
So
I mean,
Is
you'd
it
blow
right?
up too if they put you in a bag.
was I right to pass over
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't like the ones that are poofed up. You want it tight. Like if you're buying a whole chicken, or think of like a turkey, I want that whatever they got it in that
Yeah.
plastic sucked down tight around it. And the ones you bought it was Sanderson, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're just fresher. To me, in my mind, it's a little fresher. I know it's been froze, but it's a little fresher.
Yeah.
And maybe they put a little. I don't think they put air in there. I know they put the liquid in there, like because it's been.
Oh,
Most of
yeah.
those chickens are in some kind of a solution.
Everybody always asks. My turkey. It's usually at Thanksgiving. My turkey came pre-brined with a solution.
Yeah.
Should I brine as well?
Yeah, always.
Yeah. Because it's not that kind of. It's not that kind of brine.
It's some. I mean, if they didn't, people would complain about. They think they're selling more meat because they make it taste better. That people can't season it themselves, and they're selling that brine to you.
I always thought it was the
you
weight.
get that package
Yeah.
up more with a little salt water in it,
They're just
saying it's for flavor.
they're selling you a couple ounces of salt
Yeah.
water. Yeah.
Are there people out there that don't season their meat?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. A lot.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
That's scary to me.
Or their food in general. Yeah.
Or don't season it enough.
Like I could maybe see like seasoning less, and maybe you're just sensitive to seasoning or something like that, but just not seasoning it at all.
You can
Yeah.
take it for granted that everybody knows how to cook, Tyler.
I guess
So the
so.
majority of the population, there's a lot of non-cooks out there.
Yes.
I was lucky in my life to have a lot of people in my life that
Yeah.
used a lot of seasoning and stuff. I mean, not everybody uses the right seasonings and stuff in my life, but
That's why they sell so many chicken nuggets at McDonald's. A lot of people can't cook, right?
I can't tell you how many times I've gone to people's houses and been like, "You got any
Just
salt
put a
and
raw
pepper back
chicken. You
there?"
put a raw chicken in the crock pot, and then you want me to take the bones out like this, and you put noodles in it, and this is your signature dish. You ever had one of those moments, Shell? I think I'm speaking truth here. Yeah, that's really good.
I have lots of people in my life that don't know how to cook the temp, to cook
Yeah.
raw
Yeah,
meat.
yeah.
Definitely, but at least they season it, I guess.
No, there's a lot of people that can't cook.
Mm.
There's a lot of people that try to cook.
Oh, I've got family members that can't cook.
It's crazy.
Yeah, see who's bringing the paper plates and the napkins
Yeah.
and the ice. If you find those people, those are the people. If you're listening to this and you bring the ice, probably can't cook. It's FYI.
We always
You
get
just
stuck
bring,
with,
bless your heart, bring the ice.
are y'all going to do dinner? It's
Yeah.
always with us. We do it all. So Mount, we got Memphis and I next week. We're going to do a live podcast, hopefully down in
Yes.
town.
We got any giveaways going away right now, Tyler?
Yeah, so if you guys are listening to this right now, there's a giveaway live in the community. If you go to facebook.com/H2Q community, we have some new apparel. We dropped our summer collection of 3 shirts, men's shirts. We also have a woman's shirt coming out pretty soon, but we're giving away those 3 men's shirts. I believe we're doing 5 of each, and you're also going to get a couple other goodies with that. And all you got to do is comment down below and follow the prompt, and we'll pick 5 or 15 lucky people to win a shirt. So.
Tyler had that ready, Jack. I'm talking about the spiel. Like that was, I felt like the Micro Machine commercial.
My favorite one is the Colonel.
Colonel shirt.
The Colonel shirt.
I like I've sent a bunch of my old Miller friends the How to Barbecue Right shirt, and they love it
Yeah.
so much.
Oh, really?
One of my favorites. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna have to get y'all some. They're awesome. So, and then you got the Pig on the Beach shirt as well. So
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. What else you got going on, Shell? Besides Memphis and I?
We have several recipes coming out. We've been filming a lot. We've been cooking a lot. Malcolm and I, it's in full swing.
Yeah, it is. I've got a few more that I'd like to do. Best one I did lately, I ain't gonna lie, man. Those barbecue half chickens are phenomenal. I did yesterday. And so half chickens is a thing that, and we'll talk more about this probably after Memphis and May when that video releases. But I know I've done one video. We said I'm probably on how to do half chickens,
Yeah.
and it was back Yellow
Long
Kitchen
time
days, I
ago.
think.
Yeah,
Why don't we cook more half chickens? They're so good.
I know.
It's like, it is
They're
really,
really good, yeah.
really good.
I feel like they're really good for like a family because you can like
Yeah.
cut up a bunch of half
Yeah.
chickens. Everybody kind of gets a half and
Mm-hmm.
cook some sides and stuff.
And it's super
Well,
easy.
half chicken is a lot of deadgum chicken to eat
Yeah.
too. I mean, you think you're eating 4 pieces of chicken. How often do you sit down and eat a 4-piece? You know, so you usually get a breast and a wing, or breast and 2 wings,
Yeah.
or something like that, or 2 thighs and a leg. But you don't just sit down and eat a half chicken. But it makes, it's really good on the bone. I think what I like about it so much is it's still on the bone,
Yes.
and so you get all those flavors of that meat that's next to that bone, and it leaches out that marrow and gets in, and it just stays rich, and you can brine them, of course, and all that. We'll get into that recipe here in a week or so.
Yeah, after Memphis and I is when that one's dropping. So
Who knows? We've got to edit it, but we got so much going on. Production will probably come to a halt a little bit.
Make it happen.
well,
There's some drinks coming out.
oh yeah, you got a rum punch.
Yeah, it's my island punch.
It's really good.
And I've
too.
got,
It is strong.
Go ahead. It'll have you looking for that hammock
Yeah.
on that beach. What are we drinking at Memphis in May? Are we going to have Bloody Marys? Because we've got some
got something to
Sunday
try.
fun day to try.
Bullfrogs,
We're
of
gonna
course.
you're making a batch of bullfrogs.
and beer.
Free Suns.
They have those.
No, like I was talking about the mini
That's a
boards
great
that you're
idea.
gonna make.
Adult
Oh, yeah.
Capri Suns. I'm sure they do have some drinks like that. I don't want that fruity stuff. Russell said he's bringing a bottle of Blanton, so I'm looking forward to having me a little sip of that.
That's a fancy.
Did you buy some? Have you bought liquor yet?
No, that's what I got to do today.
What about beer?
About half the beer.
Okay.
Okay, we were loading it yesterday, and I was like, "Is this gonna last us?"
No.
Y'all got the load-in beer, and it's a drop and go.
Like I've hung
So you
out with
figured that
Malcolm
out.
before.
Well, there's a lot of entertaining that goes on at Memphis.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Everybody
you
comes
gotta-
in, you want to give them a beer, so
Yeah.
a lot of people come in.
Yeah. We had some old Budweisers here that I threw in. We'll try to give away down there.
You'll be bringing them back. You'll leave those. Those things are old and out of date. And,
Probably.
yeah. Can't even sell them.
That's what Mikey said. If you really want to give them away, just leave them out here by the dumpster.
Somebody will get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have somebody that sneaks up here. And we think they're having romantic time with their friend in our parking lot.
I called them. I thought I got them run off.
That's what Mike said. Just leave it out there for that guy.
Dumpster Dave.
Yeah.
Dumpster Dave may want that. Oh.
So, but
You're hard up. You come look at our dumpster. What's hog parts and all the stuff that goes in there.
Crawfish body.
You don't want to be 50 feet from it.
Yeah, we might have.
It's like
to
draw
work
straws who
down.
takes the trash out.
Yeah.
No. There's seafood places in town.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't. The Buzzard Circle. We're not that bad. We're not doing food all the time.
Well, that's all I have for today, Mount.
Well, we are geared up. It is Memphis in May time. You can tell I come unprepared for this one. I'm thinking about Barbecue Fest and how much
You got
fun
that
it's going to
summer
be.
fever.
I've got it. You're right. You hit the tone on that one. Summer fever is on us. And if y'all are in Memphis, or y'all are planning on coming down to the World Championship, then y'all make sure y'all look us up or cheer for us if we get our name called. And
H331's our spot.
there we are, down on the river in the hog division, and have a good time.
Yep. If you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell on Instagram.
All right, y'all. We gone.